There is a world beyond Pluto that should not exist. Not the world itself. That part is simple. A ball of ice, 500 kilometers wide, drifting in the dark. What shouldn't exist is what's wrapped around it, an atmosphere. Its name is 2002 X593, a forgettable string of numbers for one of the loneliest objects ever studied. It orbits in the Kuiper Belt, that vast graveyard of frozen debris left over from the birth of the solar system. Beyond Neptune, beyond Pluto, more than 5 billion kilometers from the sun. Out there, sunlight is a rumor. The sun is just another bright star in the sky. Temperatures sink toward absolute zero, and a world this small has almost no gravity to speak of. Far too weak, scientists thought, to hold on to a single breath of gas. For decades, the rules seemed unbreakable. Only the giants keep an atmosphere. Pluto has one. Eris, Makemake, Quaoar, every one of them larger than this object, have none. Searched, measured, found bare. So 2002 X593 should have been bare too. Then, on the 10th of January 2024, it passed in front of a distant star. Astronomers in Japan were waiting. From 3 locations, Kyoto, Nagano, and a telescope run by a single citizen scientist in Fukushima, they watched the star slip behind the tiny world. The entire event lasted barely 15 seconds. If 2002 X593 were a bare rock, the star would have snapped off. Gone in an instant. Black. That is not what happened. The starlight faded, gently, softly. For a second and a half on each side, it dimmed and brightened, like a candle behind frosted glass. And there is only one thing in the universe that bends starlight that way. Gas. A thin shell of atmosphere refracting the light as it passed through. This shouldn't be possible. The atmosphere is almost nothing, 5 to 10 million times thinner than the air you're breathing right now. Even Pluto's faint sky is up to 100 times denser. It may be nitrogen, it may be methane, or carbon monoxide, the same frozen ghosts that haunt the outer solar system. But here is what makes it strange. The James Webb Space Telescope turned to look at the surface of this world and found no obvious ice that could be evaporating to feed it. The atmosphere is there, the source is hidden, and the math is merciless. An atmosphere this delicate on a world this small should bleed away into space in less than 1,000 years. A blink in cosmic time. Which means we may be watching something that is being actively replenished, right now, as we speak. 2 possibilities remain. The first, cryovolcanism. Ice volcanoes buried deep beneath the crust, venting gas into the void from a world that is not dead, but quietly, secretly alive. The second, a wound. A recent collision with another icy body, throwing up a temporary veil of gas that will fade within our lifetime. A scar we happened to catch before it healed. We don't know which, not yet. The next time it crosses a star, the answer may show itself. If the atmosphere is shrinking, it was an impact. If it holds steady, something underneath is feeding it. And that leaves us with the question that changes everything. If a frozen speck 5 billion kilometers from the sun, too small, too cold, too far, can wrap itself in air, then how many other dead worlds out there are only pretending to be dead? And if it can hold even a thin atmosphere, could it also trap a little heat beneath the ice, enough to keep something active, hidden, or even strangely alive? The dark is colder than we imagined, and far less empty. So here's the question. If a tiny world beyond Pluto can still surprise us like this, do you think life could survive somewhere that far from the sun? Drop your thoughts in the comments.